power his backstabbing buddy gave them.
He looks furious, just like Father after the White Fang raided one of his dust shipments.
The weapons he intended to be used against these people are now being used by them to terrorize the innocent. His anger is pretty much understandable.
I hate that man so much.
Don't worry, sis. I know Tony will stop him.
They're even worse than the White Fang. At least they never forced anyone to serve.
They are a small group. If they want to become a powerful force that is enough to take control of their nation, they need all the members they can get.
He shot his reflection?
He wanted to kill himself?
He's in a very dark place. I've been there before.
That was awesome!
The new suit looks amazing. The silver was good, but there's something about the red and gold that just feels right.
I hear you on that. That's some sleek-looking armor.
And the system to assemble the suit around him is incredibly genius. It takes even the best huntsmen several minutes to put on their armor, which is why it fell out of use. With something like that, we could ready our soldiers in just a few seconds.
And who knows what other kinds of weapons or devices we'll see from this new suit. This may even lead us into a golden era against the Grim.
Ruby, however, was eerily silent, feeling a kind of heat she had never felt before. She then starts panting, slowly picking up speed as she begins to sweat all over.
Sis, are you?
After screaming, she immediately used her semblance to rush toward the bathroom, catching everyone off guard.
Well, looks like Ruby just turned into a real woman.
After a while, Ruby comes back out of the restroom, not looking at anyone and simply just staring at the screen.
Continue, please.
Incredible. He even broke the sound barrier.
Wow, even I need my semblance to do that. Tony's suit is super awesome.
Leave them alone, you bastard.
They just want to live their lives in peace. Why can't they just leave them alone?
Yes! Whew. Just in time to save the day.
The suit looks incredible and quite intimidating due to the mask.
And those terrorists are about to experience it firsthand.
Oh yeah, he's kicking all their butts.
He's so cool. He's just standing there taking all the shots and blasting them. Even we can't do that.
Well, we could, just not for too long. Those bullets would eventually pierce through our aura.
The hostages! I almost forgot about them! Curse these extremist monsters!
Leave them alone. Those people are innocent. Those damn cowards. Using innocent people as human shields when they're desperate. Not even Adam has stooped that low.
Yes!
Incredible. Miniature missiles with high precision targeting. Even our latest and greatest Atlesian knights are incapable of that level of accuracy.
That was awesome. He took them all out without hurting a single hostage. I wish Crescent Rose could do something like that.
I might be able to do something similar with my glyphs and dust, but it would take tons of practice to do so.
Nice work, Stark.
He truly is amazing. He's already come so far from what he was at the beginning of the movie to where he is now.
Uh-oh. Looks like someone's in big trouble now.
Yes! Make that scum pay for everything he has done to all of you, especially what he did to that child.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Wait a minute. You guys have that too?
Tony, I think you got a dud there. Tank's still fine.
Turn around, you boob. There is still a threat behind you.
Never mind.
I don't understand the point of the delay, but it does still look impressive.
What's wrong? No more missiles for you, Raza?
Serves you right, you jerk! You lost a bunch of your guys and you're gonna be next. Right, Gian?
Well, you're not quite wrong.
Splendid. I look forward to him getting his just desserts.
I wouldn't call it that.
It is infuriating having to wait for the green light. Your target is perfectly vulnerable and can be taken out, but you cannot act unless you're ordered to do so.
That's what's great about being huntsmen and huntresses in the different kingdoms. We're not part of the military, so we could do whatever we want.
You mean we can do what's necessary to get the job done, not just whatever we want? Air Force?
It's a different branch of the military. Basically, the United States military is broken up into several branches: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and the Coast Guard.
Impressive. We never considered splitting our military into divisions.
Sounds like you guys have more on your mind than old Jimmy.
Remnant has had 80 years of peace. My world, on the other hand, hasn't had peace in 80 years.
I'm going to pretend I did not just hear that.
So what does each branch do?
While the Army handles the regular land-based combat, Navy handles water-based combat, Air Force deals with fights with jets and drones, the Marines are like a mix of the Army and Navy, and the Coast Guard protects our maritime borders from any threats. Stepping out of your boundaries or into the jurisdiction of other branches of the military is an offense that can lead you to court-martial. No one had permission to engage, so if anyone was found out, that branch would be in some heavy trouble.
Looks like he's getting the hang of it. He's just enjoying himself right now.
Please be careful, Tony. You might get into trouble soon.
To be fair, he is a civilian. He has no right entering an active war zone, regardless of his technology.
AWAC?
Airborne early warning and control. Wish I had that during your initiation.
Crow remembered how Ruby unintentionally crashed into him and nearly splattered him when he was flying above Emerald Forest.
Maggie, no!
I don't think Tony could be stealthy if he tried.
No, Blake, we have certain jets that are far too difficult to detect and can strike targets without being noticed on the radar.
Sounds quite useful. If we could make bullheads like that, we could cut down hordes of Grim in the tundra without having to worry about attacks from Nevermores and Terexes.
I wonder if Tony has his phone on him in the suit.
I bet Jarvis can patch into his phone somehow so he can answer calls.
I remember Yang rang me a few times when she was riding Bumblebee. It was so hard to hear her.
Yeah, but we haven't seen Tony with a bike. Wonder how he's going to explain this.
So far, so good.
It's only going to fall apart from here.
Yeah, we didn't forget you being a jerk to Tony.
I could understand why he'd be upset, but after what Tony went through in Afghanistan, he had no right to say those things to him.
There is no way Rhodes is gonna believe that.
Jeez. Ruby's a better liar than that, and she's terrible at it.
Hey! No, don't do that!
You're about to kill a superhero.
And the only person stopping these terrorist scum. Wait, that's it? They can't contact him by radio, so they're just going to blow him up just like that?
It's the same on Remnant. We set up very well-established no-fly zones, so if someone enters, they have violated the airspace and entered a restricted area. If they don't surrender themselves or make radio contact immediately to state their business, they are treated as hostile and shot down. It has nearly happened to Father more than once when he was entering areas General Ironwood appropriates. The only reason he is still around is because the General tolerates him due to their friendship and occasional partnerships and allows him to enter and land.
Nice trick.
Perhaps bullheads could be outfitted with flares to stop fireballs from sphinxes and manticores. Impressive. He disappeared faster than Blake. I could be gone way faster if I wanted or needed to.
What's
Satellites. We've actually achieved space travel, and now we have satellites that, among other things, are giant cameras in space.
What?
Unmanned aerial vehicle.
Wait, you have those?
Yep.
The Starkster. He sounds like a nickname Ty would come up with.
Yeah, Dad isn't very inventive when it comes to nicknames. Or anything, really. You should see how bland his dating page is. No wonder he never gets any hits.
Yeah, you better save him, and fast!
Even if he is in their no-fly zone, the military would have a lot to answer to if it was revealed they killed the CEO of one of the world's top companies. Probably another reason the general never shoots down Father's ship. And likely, the bigger reason.
I'm way better at hiding than that. It's not a competition.
Oh no!
That pilot's in big trouble.
Seats that eject from the plane? Interesting. That would likely save a number of our pilots in bullheads brought down by Flying Grim.
But what stops the pilot from just falling to his death? I doubt they have landing strategies like us.
There must be a parachute in there with him, surely. Why else would the seat eject only to send the pilot falling to his doom?
Better make sure you get the parachute figured out.
Reminds me of our initiation when John asked if Professor Ozpin was handing out parachutes. You would have already had one if he was, Vomit Boy.
Meanwhile, at Beacon Academy, back at the dorms of Beacon Academy, Team Juniper, which consists of their fearless leader, John Ark, Pancake Thunder Girl, Nora Valkyrie, the invincible girl, Pirha Nikos, and the smooth, calm, and stoic kid, Lai Ren, were on their way to Team RWBY's dorm with their own presents for Ruby's birthday. However, they stopped when John sneezed all of a sudden.
Bless you.
Thanks.
Something wrong, John?
I think someone's talking about me.
The parachute can jam? But isn't the whole reason it's there is to save him?
It's unfortunate, but it does happen. Normal parachutes come with emergency chutes, but these military seats can only hold one.
He didn't take out that raptor. It crashed into him after he told the other pilot to shake him off.
He's still not supposed to be there. The plane went down as a result of his actions. Sure, we see he's the good guy, but they didn't see everything we did.
Come on, Tony, you can do it. Save him.
You've got this, Iron Man.
Gold Titanium Man.
Whatever, that doesn't even sound catchy.
it.
Good save, Metal Man.
Thank goodness.
Another soldier will make it home today.
Yeah, those tin cans you have in Atlas are expendable, but nothing can replace a life, whether human or faunus.
And as huntresses, we will do our part to save those lives as well. But the plane hit him. It doesn't matter. Winter already pointed out the reason it is still Tony's fault. Oh well, he can probably afford it, right? He's at least as rich as Weiss.
Yes, he can, but it'll still take a huge chunk out of his wallet. In total, an F-22 costs about $334 million.
Likely a training exercise. That's the general's go-to whenever something goes awry and the media snoops in where they don't belong.
The media is quite the handful. It is why I decided to stop singing so much, to take myself out of the spotlight and their camera sights.
Yes. So how does it feel to have the same idea as that drunkard?
He is also a genius, which means great minds think alike.
It's totally gonna be that simple.
Every time. They say it won't happen or they won't do it, but they always do. Called it.
No one was denying it.
Those conferences are the worst. It annoys me how we have to explain our actions to keep people safe to those same people. Why can't they just accept the fact that we are ultimately doing the right thing?
Well, technically, they're not wrong.
The government was not involved. Just a possibly crazy former weapons supplier of the government or military.
So?
That was awesome. His new armor is so cool, and his weapons are amazing.
And it was so cool when he was sending those terrorists flying with his punches and blasting them with lasers.
But he still remembered there were civilians and handled it very well. Not a single innocent life perished thanks to him. Plus, that fat, bearded fool got what he deserved for torturing that father and scarring that boy.
And even after they engaged and nearly killed him, he still saved that soldier from a horrible fate.
Not to mention that part where he shot the tank with his missile was epic and funny.